One Piece Books presents The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 13, by Aneko Yusagi, performed by Shea Taylor. Prologue. Team Assignments. You ready? Yes. Sheesh. Could you have come from a more inconvenient place? I grumbled. Due to a particular string of events, I was currently in the process of getting ready to depart for a certain country. It had all started when had it started again? I wanted to say it was when I had Raphtalia change into a Miko outfit in this world. But I had a feeling it actually went back a lot further than that. Either way, I was going to avoid taking any responsibility and say it wasn't my fault. I guess I should start with a little bit of background. My name is Naofumi Iwatani. I was originally a university student living in Japan, but for various reasons I ended up getting summoned to another world to serve as the Shield Hero. That new world functioned a lot like a game. People had levels, and could gain experience to level up by defeating monsters. The system made it easy to see the results of one's hard work. The reason the people of this world summoned me here was because they wanted me to fight against what they called waves, a phenomenon that was threatening to destroy their world. Getting summoned to a parallel universe felt like a dream come true in the beginning. But the country I'd been summoned to was simply rotten, and I got caught up in the middle of several big conspiracies. I hate to admit it, but I ended up with a completely warped personality as a result. Just thinking about that stuff made me depressed. Can you blame us for coming here? The Seaito territory here in Melremark actually welcomed vagrant demi-humans after all, Sadina replied. My birth is the real problem here, isn't it? Raphtalia said quietly with a hint of regret in her voice. Raphtalia was the girl who'd become my first companion after I was summoned to this world. In the beginning, I bought her as a slave to make her fight for me since I had no way of attacking on my own. But we'd been through a lot together since then, and now she was my trusty sidekick. She was also kind of like a daughter to me. Thinking back, we sure had come a long way. I would have never been able to imagine a future like this back in the beginning when I was first summoned here. To summarize what had happened without going into too much detail, it all started with a string of conspiracies in Melremark, which was the country that summoned me. After finally overcoming all of that, we had to deal with enemies who showed up from a different world on the other side of the waves. The waves that we heroes had been summoned to fight were actually a phenomenon that stemmed from the imminent fusion of different worlds. If two worlds failed to defeat the waves caused by their collision, the worlds would fuse together. As a result, the maximum capacity that a single world could contain would be surpassed. Ultimately, the worlds would be torn apart and destroyed. That was pretty much the extent of our current understanding. Anyway, we eventually made peace with the enemies that initially crossed over during the waves: Glass, Lark, and Therese. Later on, another enemy hijacked the spirit tortoise, which was one of the 4 benevolent animals meant to protect this world. But we defeated him and brought him to justice. For the time being, the spirit tortoise's power had temporarily put a stop to the waves in this world.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?